2 attack kitties? But that one fat. Does that make Fat Attack Kitty good Attack Kitty? Or Attack Kitty evil?
What's up everybody, StevDez here, and welcome to another edition of Dragon Ball Days for Goku Month! When it comes down to the strongest version of Majin Buu, Z definitely had no holds barred. They spared no expense to bring a baddie that was absolutely evil to his very core, putting Frieza to shame. They also didn't hold anything back in his destruction as he went out with a big bang boom bomb. But Kid Buu's story does not end there, as even the biggest evil, the most corruptible thing in the world, could still wish to have been a good guy by the likes of Son Goku. I mean, look at Goku's history. He made friends with Ader even though he was an android when most people would just not trust that. He had nothing against Tien Shinhan, and thanks to Roshi, Tien and Goku ended up being rivals and then close friends, especially when Goku found Super Saiyan. Sorry, not a rival anymore. Vegeta even became a good guy thanks to his rivalry with Kakarot, and let's not forget Piccolo here. King Piccolo was the biggest bad of Dragon Ball ever, with a bigger body count, probably, than the Red Ribbon Army. Suffice it to say, I'm sure King Piccolo is rolling in his grave when, from the other side, he sees his descendant, his supposedly reincarnation, conversing with Goku and being very friendly, and even taking care of Goku's granddaughter. How the mighty have fallen. That kind-hearted Saiyan doesn't just stop there, as we heard Dende on the lookout proclaim that, well, actually, your wish came true. King Yemma heard it, and there is the reincarnation of Majin Buu as Oob. And even though he's just a youngling right now, he is in fact quite powerful. He's not quite ready to be trained yet, but I'll keep you updated. Not to mention, we did get a good look at Oob at the end of Z, which fascinated Goku further. But what if Oob didn't exist? Well, the only way for that to happen is if Majin Buu wasn't reincarnated. And the only way I see that happening is, what if Kid Buu turned good? In the last couple parts, we established how Kid Buu came to be from the Fat Buu all the way through to Kid Buu. No Buuhan, no Buu-Tanks, none of that though. However, Kid Buu was spawned and arose to fight Lord Beerus when Lord Beerus didn't get pudding. And later on, we ended up having him fight Golden Frieza before the Saiyans even showed up on Earth, because Kid Buu is best friends with Goten and Trunks, who are also there for Frieza's invasion of Earth. We even got to see Vegeta finish Frieza off, because by the time Vegeta turned Super Saiyan Blue, Frieza was just about out of power. Yeah, he kind of showed off that power a little early thanks to the pink. I can't really call him a blob, he's not fat. We actually won't see Kid Buu again until Goku and Vegeta have discovered that there are other universes, and that Goku wanted to have the tournament, and so the Universe 6 tournament is a go. Vegeta decides to go to Gohan and Piccolo, and Goku decides to go to Capsule Corp to see Buu, since he senses the kids and Buu training. Now, before I get into this part, Gotenks isn't going to be a player in the Universe 6 tournament. I know, it's kind of, why not? Why couldn't you just fill one because it's a fusion? Thing is, it introduces too much of a complication and there's not enough rules set in place as far as if it would allow fusion or not. Plus, we would get yet another argument between Champa and Beerus, and I think we got enough of that in this saga. And so, Goku would have a conversation with Kid Buu, trying to convince him to play in the tournament, but not kill in the tournament. Keep in mind, this is the act of turning a chaotic bad character into a chaotic good.
You say strong what? You know, strong people to fight. Bad guys? You want Buu kill bad guys?
No, not kill. Just play. Like a fun game, but with no killing.
No kill. fight with Attack Kitty?
Nah, Lord Beerus won't make it in, but some really strong guys will, other than Beerus.
Strong guys, but not strong bad guys. Who wanna play? Who wanna play with strong guys?
Okay, but no killing. They're not bad guys.
Boo understand. Boo beat up not bad guys at Game Place.
Hercule then asks about this tournament that Goku is suggesting, and Goku spills the beans as to what's happening. Hercule demands that he needs to be there just to be sure Boo doesn't go off the deep end. He still has a few, I guess, emotional quirks, and Hercule really knows how to keep him in line. There is one barrier that Kid Boo, I think, would barely be able to pass. With his IQ of 102, he's not dumb as a rock. He's actually a little bit smarter. And yes, I googled what the IQ of a rock was, and it was 100. So if your IQ is less than 100, you're dumber than a rock. But Boo isn't. He's got 2 points. Kid Boo would pass the test, but with some help. Specifically, help from Hercule, who would also be taking the test regardless of not taking part in the tournament. How does that make sense? Well, here's what I think would happen.
The World Martial Arts Champion takes this test because he wants to authenticate its legitimacy when it comes down to the martial arts.
There would be a little pink blop in Hercule's afro sort of situation, and Kid Boo would be cheating. But about halfway through the test, Hercule would see that Kid Boo's pencil stopped. And then he'd look over, and Kid Boo's asleep. Like, he did about 80% of the test, got about 75% of the test right, so he was able to officially be in, even though he's sleeping for the first rounds. Things would progress up until Vegeta got knocked out by Hit, because then it would be Boo's turn. They're holding on to Goku for after Boo.
Hey, Boo! Boo, you gotta wake up! It's your turn!
Let him sleep. It's not like it'll make much of a difference. The rest of Beerus's fighters won't stand up to Hit. You'd like that, wouldn't you, Champa? Human, if you don't wake up that pink blob, I will destroy both of you where you stand.
Boo! Wake up! Wake up!
Fat Kitty? There's Fat Attack Kitty! Boo, play with Fat Attack Kitty!
No, Boo, he's not your opponent!
Why, you insolent little freak! I'll destroy you for such insults!
Well, Lord Champa, I did warn you about your weight, and even the simpleton of Universe 7 can, by all means, call you out on it.
Shut up, Vados! Just get the match started already! I don't want to talk to one of Beerus's fighters for longer than I have to!
After Boo calms down and Hercule explains to him, he jumps into the arena and grins at Hit. You know, oh, that face. Yeah. The battle begins and Hit actually opens up just to see what this blob can do, and he seems to be taking all of Hit's hits relatively easily. His durability factor is just really, really strong. Not a lot of Hit's attacks really seem to do a whole lot, so Hit decides that he should use the time skip entirely for defensive means.
You done? Boo, attack now!
Kid Boo tries to attack conventionally, but Hit does end up countering all the time, thanks to the time skip. That's where Boo kind of thinks about how he can play with him. Now keep in mind, he's not thinking of a solution for the battle, that goes against Kid Boo's character, but he is thinking about how to have fun. And what did he do to Goku in canon? Stuck his foot through the ground? Yeah, that's what Boo does here, sticking both of his feet in the middle of the arena, and Hit can barely use the time skip on time. This forces Hit to stop time farther, maybe in a quarter of a second as opposed to a tenth of a second. Hit still stays on top here, but that's when Hit does say something against Boo.
Even though you've lasted for far more hits than even Vegeta, if you don't give up now, you'll lose your life.
Boo having too much fun! Boo wanna play like Hit does!
You're too dim. There's no way a creature like you could master the time skip.
Hercule, what do you mean?
He's calling you an idiot, but you're not an idiot. You're an awesome fighter, Boo. Don't you listen to him.
You make fun of Boo? Boo, make Hit play with Boo!
Kid Boo flies up and Hit just watches as Boo is in the very middle of the arena, the very middle of the dome. Boo then starts beating on his chest and puffing steam out of all of his holes. Every single one of them. He starts getting angrier and angrier as this steam just envelops the arena, surrounding the fighters and actually blocking any view from happening. The ref decides this is a good idea to get out of the ring, and he does, just so he's not hurt. When the smoke clears, Boo has made small clones of himself. All of them about the same size, a fifth of his size, about 20 of them.
This is it, huh? The big plan is to just make clones of yourself?
These Boos seem to fall apart a bit easier though, and when there's only about 4 left, they come together and form the actual Boo. Suddenly, a lot of Hit's attacks aren't exactly landing. Boo is able to counterattack, dodge, absorb some of the hits really easily, and this just confuses a lot of the fighters in Universe 7. And Hit would understand that these attacks aren't doing what they're supposed to when Boo ends up making a hole in his stomach right where Hit's arm goes and clamp down on his arm with his entire body. Naturally, grinning and trying to pummel the warrior.
Boo got you!
I don't get it. How is Boo doing this? I couldn't even land a hit, and here he is going toe-to-toe with Hit.
It's just as I instructed you. It's just as I instructed you, Vegeta. You take battles way too seriously. You need to calm down, enjoy them. And that is exactly what Kid Boo's doing. Acting without thinking. That's why I have him train with us sometimes. It would be beneficial if you paid attention. After all, the only reason Kid Boo is able to react is because he knows where he is.
What? But how? Hey, Vegeta, look all over Hit's hands and feet. There's little pink spots all over him.
Adept observation, World Champion. It seems that tactic of Boo's was actually to find out where Hit goes whenever he time skips. As long as he can react to where Hit is once he's done, then Boo can go ahead and counter it. However, I don't think our little pink friend can last very much longer. That little tactic did take a toll on a lot of his energy.
Come on, Boo! Get him out of the ring! If you're on top of him, then you can grab him and throw him!
Boo would grow the goop that is on Hit and form around him, forcing him to not move, as he's slowly dragging Hit to the edge of the ring. Hit doesn't do anything here. He just closes his eyes and focuses. Hit doesn't do anything here. He just closes his eyes and focuses. Focuses his power, waits for that right time to power up. As Boo jumps from the ring, Hit then springs it, skipping time for a whole second in order to get Boo off of him, grab Boo's boot, and throw him out of the ring, dangling by one arm at the edge of the ring. Of course, Boo didn't predict this, and sure enough, he ends up landing. He doesn't float just above the bottom of the ring. Contestant Majin Buu is out of bounds! Contestant Hit is the winner! The rest of the Universe 6 tournament would play out normally, with Boo kind of absorbing a bit of resentment from fighting Hit. That was a lot more than he's had to, which is invigorating, but he's used to being so powerful that a lot of people, only the Attack Kitty, let's put it that way, only the Attack Kitty really has the edge when it comes down to fighting Boo. And this mortal guy from this universe ended up throwing him for a loop. That does hurt Boo. Naturally, Monaka still gets his victory, and Whis and Hercule have to make sure that Kid Boo is okay, he doesn't act out or anything like that, but he's kind of sitting there, arms crossed, just angrily glaring at the Universe 16 the entire time. He doesn't even care about the battle between Goku and Hit. Upon returning to Earth, Vegeta wants to train a bit, but Goku's hurt from the whole Kaioken Blue thing, so he's gonna rest. Upon boarding Whis and Beerus's craft to go to their world, he turns and looks to Boo in deep thought.
To act without thinking. Perhaps there is something to this. Hey, Boo! Come fight with me!
So what do you all think? Will Kid Boo be influential during the Goku Black arc? What about training with Vegeta and helping Vegeta learn to enjoy fighting as opposed to using it to get better entirely? Did his intense battle with Hit actually do something and jog something in the kid's head? Go ahead and leave your comment below. For more what-ifs in the realm of video gaming and Dragon Ball alike, such as if we had Goku's dad actually go to Earth, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao. Doing Boo's voice, and then Hercule's voice, and then Champa yelling,